on Fearless Draft, so the 10 champions that will be playing this game will not be available for the next match. Our first bans here make sense, as Aurelian Soul for Star Forger, pretty self-explanatory. We have Aatrox banned against Danico. We see Berserk as well banning the Hecarim against Lil Maserati. A lot of picks that, if you know these teams, you'd know exactly what they're going for. Locke plays the Viego, he is getting banned. I'm curious if the Senna, Jin, or even Smolder from Sinister come out this game. We see the Shen ban as well against Gator Gold, and the last ban here will be the Twitch. So Berserk have options here in the first pick category. They could go for the Senna or the the Jin, but they opt to go for Jarvan here instead. Fair enough. Jarvan has been doing a lot of work for Berserk. They know WashedRatones like to play Jarvan as well, so taking it for themselves is a strong first pick. I think it's a smart choice here. They went for blue side with the plan in mind to go Jarvan. This means that Jarvan will not be available for the remainder of the series. And WashedRatones are really thinking about it. They lock in the Zac as an answer to Jarvan, and it could work out. Zac farms quite fast, has a lot of disruption. And meanwhile Berserk have a lot of options to deny Zac, as Zac is being picked quite early on in the draft. Let's keep in mind Gator Gold on Zac has done a lot of work, so this could be either a jungle or a top lane Zac. We've seen both played out from the WashedRatones. Lucian for Ventus. I can't believe Lucian made it through, and he will be picked in the first match. It is Ventus's most played ADC, or most comfortable at least currently. Let's see here, next pick is gonna be the Alistar, which does deny a lot of what Zac wants to do. Alright, so yep, the Alistar pick is an intelligent choice here. You can deny the Zac E if you place your headbutt in a correct position. We also see the Senna pickup here by Sinister. Berserk looking very, very strong on their comfort picks. We see Milio being hovered here for the support role. I'm not too sure I've seen too much Milio out of Don Ricardo. And the Braum is picked up. So that would be a Braum Lucian in the bot lane. A strong combination, but I'm pretty sure Alistar Senna have what it takes. Braum Lucian kind of counteract what each other wants to do. Braum is more of a kite focused AD carry, kind of support peeling, and Lucian wants to kind of go in, but maybe of course the passive trigger does help. Meanwhile, I think Senna Alistar could be really strong. They could initiate, burn their abilities, and then disengage and keep repeating this, getting stacks for Sinister. Usually he's a very consistent AD carry, hard to catch him out of position. So let's see how he does today. We see the next bans here, a lot of heavy mid lane bans here. Morgana and Orianna being sort of flavor of the tournament picks here. I think inspired a lot by Living. We see Azakana and I forgot who else was picking it up recently. I believe it was hovered as well in Whimsy and Joy, but Zelian picked it up in the support role as a means to counter Whimsy and Joy's hover. Let's see here what in the end will happen, as we see Sion getting hovered here, potentially picked soon by WashedRatones. He's a very strong tank, some would say the best at the moment. And that could kind of confirm that it's Zac jungle if the Sion gets locked in. So we should be having a Zac jungle. See what the next couple of pickups here. Against the Sion, we have Danik on the top lane. I wonder what he plays here into it. Things like the Ambessa, the Gwen could be things that you could play. He's hovering Camille. Not too sure how this matchup goes. It could be Camille favored, as you can deny the Sion Q perhaps. But it will be the more confident Cassante. Daniko is more confident playing Cassante than playing the Camille, especially in the tank matchup here in the top lane. Last pick from Berserk, what would it be? This has to be a mid laner. I don't think Silas is an option, not many good picks here. It's very interesting. Yon is available, but do they need magic damage? They're looking at Syndra, which is very interesting. I guess Syndra can't deny the Zac jump. And to be fair, WashedRatones damage at the moment is strictly Lucian. So if you can remove Lucian, WashedRatones pretty much not dealing any damage in these team fights. What's the last pick here? They need a heavy damaging DPS mid laner here, something good into the Syndra. And it is going to be Aurora, alright. I think Aurora does the job for that description. Can also help with the engage and follow up, so looking forward to that. Alright, just seeing who wants to start the match here. Alright, they're taking their time, I guess. Swapping position, why? Alright, so the game has started, good. Let's talk a bit about the team fights. So starting off here, I think Zac into the Jarvan. Zac should have the priority in terms of clears. Jarvan does deal a bit more damage early on, but one of his weaknesses is the magic damage, and it is overcommitting, things that Zac does thrive in. And meanwhile though, Alistar and Syndra can deny a lot of what Zac wants, but that will be displayed more in the mid to late game. We've talked a bit about the bot lane matchup. I just think that if Alistar Sana sort of overcommit, perhaps on the wrong target, and I do think the wrong target in this case could... Nah, it has to be Braum, right? Braum is the wrong target. If you engage on Braum, he just dumps his Q in the middle of animation. Alistar could get stunned, gets a lot of damage in. The Braum shield will negate a lot of what Senna can do, and the Alistar will just take more damage overall, right? So Berserk need to play it smart. They need to wait for Braum Lucian to be aggressive. Lucian kind of forced to be aggressive, but Braum, he's not really built for that, but WashedRatones have to find a way to make it work, right? And meanwhile, Aurora versus Syndra. I'm not too sure how this goes. I would assume it is a bit more Syndra favored. I think Aurora's abilities could be perhaps easier to dodge, and the E range is just gonna get outranged. Top lane, I assume they're gonna be quite equal. Perhaps Sion is a bit more favored early on, but let's see what the game has to offer, guys. We're gonna hop in and wishing them both good luck. For those asking about side selection, no, it was due to seat priority. In this case, Berserk did have the choice to pick sides, and they went for the blue side. All right, there we go, guys. Do we have sound? No, we need that sound, baby. Welcome to Summoner's Rift, and it seems like the WashedRatones are onto something.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, they're starting it off quite interesting, this game. Will it be the first time we've seen some early aggression out of a team? Might seem like it's the case, but we see that Berserk are reacting accordingly here, sending their members into the top side.
Minions have spawned.
Let's see. We see Starforger throwing his ability into the bush. We've seen the likes of Drakur get baited by the sword and lose his flash in lane early on, which is very hard to play in the mid lane. Oh, we did not comment on this enough, but actually it's Gator Gold playing support. He's playing the Sion and Don Ricardo went to the top lane. We should have a bit of a slower paced game as Berserk kind of want their Senna to scale first and for Syndra to potentially get into a position to one-shot that Lucian. Now I would imagine Don Ricardo and Sion having the earlier priority here in this position. Danico does need a bit of help to start getting that damage across. No significant CS differences, but Sinister starting to edge out just slightly. We might have the first gank here as both junglers are patting towards the bot side. Locke is extremely fast with his clear here, having already cleared Lil Maserati, still on his blue buff. We see Starforger rotating around to the bot side here, just making sure his jungler can get a safe scuttle, as Jarvan was last seen bot. We see Locke recalling here, not putting it in any danger, while Berserk are made aware that Lil Maserati is around. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh no, I missed the early first blood, no. Alright, I'm back, sorry for the delay. Seems like Sinister is getting even more pressure here. The combination of Gator and Ventus looking a lot like a strong one. I thought Braum Lucian won't be doing this well, but they're playing the aggressive playstyle and it's working out for WashedRatones. Berserk are not too happy with the result. We should be seeing some more action soon, as Dragon is one of the more important objectives in the game. Hextech Dragon, pretty sure everyone wants this dragon. And we know that Ventus is already strong enough to get it. The hover from Lil Maserati here on the bot side. Locke is here too. They need to make a play before this dragon, and let's see who gets the play first. Interesting choice. No plays made towards this dragon, as both junglers recall and go back to their clear. Pretty sure Sinister on Senna isn't all that worried, but of course the double longsword here from Ventus means they can start denying CS, start edging their competition, and it's gonna get even harder for Sinister and Sint to even play this matchup without getting bailed out from the lane. Wow, that's the third kill. Azakana going down to Starforger. The apprentice not being able to take down the master here, as Starforger finding some trouble. Locke goes in, ults, but Starforger just jumps away, and he will survive this exchange. Although Locke's presence does stop WashedRatones from taking this dragon any further. I really like what Berserk are doing here. They give up one objective to take the other. Let's see if they can try to get Azakana a bit ahead here in this game. Despite his death, he has not fallen behind in CS. Berserk yet to find their footing in this match. WashedRatones starting it off with a bang. And there's the dragon secured by Lil Maserati. We might get a dive soon here, perhaps on the next wave. WashedRatones know that Berserk just finished grubs in the top side. Daniko getting significantly ahead here in this lane. Currently with a 15 CS lead. That's more than 2 waves he's ahead. Oh, Lil Maserati opted not to go for the dive, but instead doing the blind play here. Now he does get the smite off and jumps away. But that could have been a whole lot riskier. Everyone's back to clearing here. It's looking a bit rough currently for Berserk. I would assume you guys agree as well, but especially mostly in the bot lane, that's the biggest difference here. I wonder if they make a play towards it. Maybe Azakana can bail them out here, or Locke. Let's see. Seems like Berserk not finding the luck today. Quite a slow start to their play style here. They are 2k currently behind. Most of it in the bot lane here. Now Lil Maserati coming for a potential dive. This could get dangerous for Berserk. I'm not too sure what to say at the moment. It seems like both sides are kind of just chilling, farming away. No real big CS disparity except for the bot lane, but we all know what happened there. I'm curious to know if they will ever get bailed out or if they ever swap their lanes here. I think Sinister just has barely enough to get his static shift perhaps. Nope, not even. Well, that's unfortunate. Bit of perfect timing there with Azakana using his E to stun Starforger. Lil Maserati finds an easy engage onto him. So now we don't have flash on the Syndra. Now I still think Berserk can turn this around. They have a lot of ways to deal with the main damage sources here, Aurora and Lucian. If Ventus and Starforger are ever caught out of position in any one of these fights, WashedRatones have no damage at all. A lot of action here. We see Ventus and Gator Gold going in, chunking Sinister to half health. Azakana receives similar treatment thanks to Lil Maserati and Starforger. As we see both sides heating up just before this dragon spawns. It seems like WashedRatones will be the first ones to it. Just the sheer advantage that Ventus is bringing to his team here on Lucian is simply too much. And as I say that, Starforger receives yet another kill for his pockets, taking down Azakana for his second solo play. Somehow Azakana is not that far behind in CS, but overall Starforger playing the better game here. Up 400 gold currently, as we can see. In the top lane, the 1v1 is going in Danico's favor though. He is up 400 gold in singular armed combat. The real difference here is in the bot lane as Ventus 1.4k on his Lucian. And now Sinister almost gets the 1v1, but Lil Maserati and Gator Gold are just simply here all the time. We've yet to see Locke make his first appearance in the bot side. And it seems like the turret will be taken down in the end. a big fight's happening here. We see Locke going in onto Gator Gold. Forces the flash. Here comes Lil Maserati and Ventus on the side. Sin takes a lot of damage, but the Alistar ult is keeping him alive. Locke goes to the backline. He finds Ventus. Sinister pops his ult, but Starforge and Lil Maserati take down Sinister. And now Gator Gold is looking very low as Locke and Danico trying to salvage the play. Ventus kites out of the fight, and Danico is the last one standing in a 4-4-0 play for the WashedRatones. So a big fight did ensue here. Danico still trying to find more out of it. He ults Don Ricardo out, but ends up falling quite low himself. Gator Gold on the offense here, but it does look like WashedRatones will be taking the top side turret. WashedRatones. We've seen some games out of them, but in my opinion today is the first time we're seeing them actually play like the team they deserve to be. 8 kills ahead, no one's dropped any deaths. Good farm all around. Was this the play? Was sending Gator Gold to support and Don Ricardo to the top lane the big change in tempo that WashedRatones needed? If you were to tell me yes, I would believe you. It really does feel like it's the case at the moment. Kazakhana usually doing a much better job getting his team ahead. He's popularized buying the Dark Seal in this event and having 20 stacks on Magi's, having accomplished it two games in a row. But not this game. This game he's 0-3 against the man that taught him everything. Maybe he's not the most familiar on the Syndra, but the CS is there, he's keeping up. Sadly, it does mean that's another dragon for WashedRatones. The soul point completed now for WashedRatones, and Azakana gets chunked by Starforger. But calm and coolly, he just stuns him away and walks it out. Starforger looking to chase, but not before Azakana can send another stun to the face. Well, it's a big fight here as Lil Maserati, Locke and Danico are caught in a massive exchange here, but Locke is the first to fall. Ventus goes down as Sinister picks up the kill for that one. And meanwhile Danico did get taken out by Starforger, and it does seem like WashedRatones will be securing this Atakan on top. WashedRatones, clean gameplay so far. Ventus dropping the ball, we should report him honestly with the one death. And there's Atakan to continue putting the nail in the coffin here. WashedRatones pick up yet another objective. Do we have any support for Berserk in the chat? They need to hear it. They are currently not having the best game. 5k under, but it's not over yet. A fight where Ventus misplays or Starforger is caught could be a big difference in this match. Azakana, who is down 3 deaths, is somehow almost on par in items. But that 9 stack Dark Seal on Starforger is gonna hurt in these team fights. See quite a big play at the moment. WashedRatones used the Herald to take the mid lane tier 2. And now it's a full on fight happening here as Daniko ults in. Don Ricardo goes as well. Starforger is unstoppable, getting the second kill of the fight. And it's just Locke and Synth here against the world. It almost looks like WashedRatones are going for the end play. Last 7 seconds on Azakana. This is looking like a very quick match if they do manage to end it in the 24-minute mark. Locke goes in. Azakana is here dealing his damage. A lot of damage coming out of Starforger, but this will be soon a full-on 5v5. So WashedRatones take their win and back off. Here we go, guys. 1 more minute until Baron. I'm pretty sure WashedRatones want to wait for it. I highly doubt they'll get another opportunity for a fight before that. Berserk want to kind of huddle and try and finish their items. To be fair, this is possibly the best time they could go for a fight, just before WashedRatones get their 3rd item. It's all or nothing at the moment. 8k gold difference for WashedRatones. This dragon could be a big difference here in this match. It could also lead to the last fight of the game. And Baron has also spawned. Will WashedRatones go for the soul or will they go for the Baron is the question. Starforger trying his best to start the fight, and Azakana is the first to fall as he gets caught out by the Zac ult. Lil Maserati goes in, and Locke is on the side, he jumps on Ventus. Ventus takes down Locke and the remainder of Berserk is falling down. That's a complete ace, and this looks like the first game going to WashedRatones. They will be walking down the Nexus to end the match. 25-minute banger. Well played to the WashedRatones here. A successful first victory here in the first match, and quite a decisive one at that. So we have here Hecarim, the first ban from Berserk. We've yet to see Lil Maserati play the Hecarim in this event. I wonder if he will get the chance. We see Aatrox getting banned here. And I assume we're going to be having very similar bans. Asol, so I guess, yeah, Viego's up next. What was it that Berserk banned last time? Keep in mind now Lucian is not available, right? It is going to be the Shen ban. I think it's a respectable ban. He can, Gator Gold can even go Shen bot lane if he chooses. See, the last ban here from WashedRatones is going to be Twitch again. And now in the first pick position, Berserk are up to choose. They do not have Senna, so I imagine the Jhin will be coming out here. Interested to see what jungler they go. They have the Evelynn choice from Locke. Although unfavored usually in competitive play, it is a champion he really enjoys. Let's see, Berserk are still thinking about it. They go actually with the first pick, Evelynn, signaling WashedRatones straight up. This is the champion we're playing. I mean, WashedRatones can really counter this champ right now, if they know how to. We see them being a bit indecisive with the Zinza or Vi. It's currently hovered. I'm not too sure if Zin is the right play. I think Evelynn does pretty well into most of these slow bruisers. Interesting choice to go Amumu in the end. Pretty sure Evelynn does like the Amumu. Both of them get to scale up to level 6. Now we've seen Locke play Evelynn into an Amumu before in the past events and he did really well. So I would not be surprised if we go on to game 3. Let's see what WashedRatones pick here. They are hovering Sivir at the moment. Sivir a very strong, consistent AD carry overall. And it is gonna get locked in. Let's see, next pickups here from Berserk should be AD carry. And maybe a strong blind middle like the Orianna. From Azakana. Let's see what Sinister picks. Now you could go the Jhin, try to get the ult off onto Amumu before the fights. Ooh, Brand, wow. That's a lot of magic damage coming out of Berserk. And Zac is not available for WashedRatones. So I assume this will be Brand Nami, right? Is Sint gonna play Nami? We've never seen Sint on the Nami. Bard is available, Thresh is available. Almost makes me curious as to why they were not picked in the first place. Sint is such a good Bard and Thresh player, but sadly Bard and Thresh don't really pair well with the brand. And we see Yasuo getting locked in here by Azakana. Quite a hodgepodge of champions we have here. Brand needs the upfront CC and doesn't really have it. Yasuo needs the knockups and so far no one can knock up. And Evelynn just kind of wants to ignore everything and leave everything into the side lane. I'm not really sure what Berserk are going for here. It's a complete cookery by them and their coach. We see Kennen get locked in here. And with that, the next round of bans. I'm curious if it's Kennen mid or top lane. We are not used to seeing Don Ricardo's champs. I know he used to play Renekton a long time ago. But does he also play Kennen? That's the real question. See the Ashe band, they're kind of going deeper into the AD carry pool, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Brand in the bot lane. Interesting. Ambessa is actually banned out. I'm not sure WashedRatones, whoever plays this champion on their team, but alright. Ornn ban for Danico. We didn't really see much of Danico. Of course, his Aatrox is banned. He played Cassandra in the last match, but didn't really do all that hot. I will see Nautilus now being picked up, so that is Gator Gold probably again on the Nautilus. Let's see what the next couple of bans here have to offer. I assume they want some really AoE setup here, but I'm not sure what synth plays that fits that description. A Bard would be really nice into the Nautilus and the Amumu. And Kennen. But yeah, Berserk needs something heavy, and maybe like a Malphite top and a Bard, maybe that could work out for them. They go for Thresh. Alright. Not the best into Kennen and Amumu, but not the worst as well. Let's see here, last pick. We need the Malphite, we need like something crazy in the top lane. Maybe Gnar, maybe the Gragas, something to enable the Yasuo. Berserk are thinking about it here. Malphite is just not that good into Amumu Kennen. So what do you even go? They go for the Gnar into the Kennen lane, which is very interesting. It looks like an Olaf hover. So it might be Kennen mid lane, I guess. Very interesting if that's Kennen mid. It could be Kennen mid. It really looks like it. As WashedRatones seemingly picking up a top laner. Oh, this could be a bit disastrous here, I think. I think this could be a bit problematic here, as the Kennen mid could be very strong with the AoE damage from the Amumu, giving him 10% extra damage. We have Renekton as well, who can kind of go in during all the chaos. Both sides are kind of discussing the champs and who's going where. Before we get into the action, Berserk are ready, WashedRatones are ready, so let's get on into the game. Now what do you think, guys, from what you see? I think it's gonna be either a lock 1v5 with the Evelynn into Amumu, or it could be a bit problematic if Kennen gets ahead, if Starforger on Kennen gets ahead. A lot of things could go wrong, but to be fair, I don't mind Berserk's comp if they can get a bit of an advantage early on. It's very much ideal. WashedRatones comp is kind of easy to execute, win more comp. So I think just by that analysis, they should have an easier time getting the advantage and keeping it. Especially if they stack their ultimates for the objectives and secure the objective on top. Berserk kind of need to go for the team play. I'm not really sure who you want to get ahead, but I know Locke can do a lot of things here if you can get ahead on Evelynn. You could potentially take the Kennen out of the fight, or the Amumu as well. Two good targets for Evelynn. So I'm really looking forward to see this battle here. This should be a good one, guys. With the Kennen mid into the Yasuo. Azakana's Yasuo is mentioned a lot. Evelynn for Locke, Gnar for Danico, and Sint with his Thresh. We've not seen Brand for Sinister, but I've heard good things as well. As for WashedRatones, I've never really seen them play the Kennen, and I've never really seen Maserati play the Amumu. I know Ventus does play the Sivir, Gator plays the Nautilus, and Renekton, well, we used to call him Renek Tony for a reason. So, let's see. Good luck to both sides here, and let's have a fair match. Hoi, hoi, hoi. It's looking like a really nice game to cast here. I wonder if Berserk can bring it back. I would hope they have it in them, following the previous defeat. They really need to work their way up here, as the last game was not even close. So let's see Berserk coming out of their group stages, the first position. You'd be expecting a bit more competition for the 4th seed of Group 2.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Oh, this could be dangerous. Locke could get really caught out here. He instantly flashes, and I think that's a smart choice from Locke. It does deny a lot of the early potential he has to get a gank off as Evelyn, but at the very least he can actually play the game. A rather interesting words to drop there by the jungler. We'll see Doran's ring on the cannon, an interesting choice. Doran's blade is usually the preferred item starting off the game with the cannon. We see Daneko actually walking into Don Ricardo. He knows something I don't. In fact, Don Ricardo flashes away from that Gnar. Meanwhile in the bot lane, Sinister and Sint having a really hard time against Ventus and Gator Gold. Gator landing the initial Q, he does half of Sinister's health, and a brand with no health will have a hard time sort of playing this game. I think Sivir was a really good choice from WashedRatones to match the pushing prowess of Brand. And meanwhile in the mid lane, Azakana are actually finding a lot of early pressure onto Starforger. Despite the cannon pickup being used as a counter pick against the Yasuo. Daneko has teleported back in, and Don Ricardo still has his own. It's very interesting to see how this lane is playing out. Look at Gator Gold just slightly stepping out of that way, the bush. Kind of gives it all away. An excellent freeze here. Ventus is already up 10 CS because of it. Sinister and Sint having a hard time when it comes to AD carries that are freezing up their waves with an early trade. And there's the hook landing from Gator Gold. But a nice stun from Sinister does catch Ventus off guard for the trade. Another great stun by Sinister. Here's the hook from Sint. That's a lot of damage, and first blood drops for the Berserk team. Sinister has to flash the ignite from Gator Gold. And Gator flashes forward but gives a kill to Sinister. I'm not too sure if that was all that worth it for Gator Gold to trade. But it is the play taken, and WashedRatones are 1 kill away from getting the feats of warfare. And while I'm saying all that, Azakana playing excellently in the mid lane matchup here. He does get Starforger's flash. And he gets the feats of warfare. He does claim the 3rd kill. Starforger caught off guard. Not usual to see him fall for such an act. But Azakana gets the swift play. A nice one-on-one play. Both junglers enjoying their times. Farming up to the level 6 mark. That's where Amumu gets strong. That's where the Evelynn gets strong. An Evelynn without flash can't really gank unless it's very overpushed. Interesting to see how this game evolves. Berserk have the early game at the moment. And let's see if they can keep it. This is a completely different Berserk than what we saw in game 1. They're playing much more to their hearts, to their concentrations here. We see actually a massive CS lead in the mid lane this time for Azakana. The bot lane still having some trouble for Berserk, but maybe Locke can help them this time. Oh, Sint moving up here does kind of give it away though. There's the hook landing onto Ventus. It's falling very low. Ventus drops as Locke picks up the 4th kill of the match. And this is more of what I would expect of Group 1's first seed. Double kill for Locke. Berserk are really turning this one around. Don Ricardo goes in, pops the Renekton ult, but Danico swiftly uses his E in excellent position there to get away from the crocodile. Lil Maserati kind of showing up a bit late to the party here. He wants to return the favor, but Locke was the first one to make a difference here. Oh, Don Ricardo finds the solo play onto Danico. The Renekton proving too much for Danico to handle. It's gonna get tougher and tougher for the WashedRatones bot lane to deal with this brand. As he can just simply throw his E on the minion wave and slowly but surely poke down Ventus before any real fight. I'd love to see who gets the first dragon here. Locke at the moment is so strong, he could really help out his team. Could try to get some mid lane presence or maybe even more ganks in the bot lane now that he has his level 6. And his flash is back up too, he could totally go for a big exchange. If I'm hearing that correct, I think Sinister is spamming his emotes, which is very funny. Oh, Sint with the rare miss there. Starforger goes in onto Azakana, dealing a lot of damage. The tornado is missed. Azakana could be in a bit of trouble here. Gator Gold is here. Throws the Q, an excellent placement of the wind wall. But then the Nautilus ult comes in to deny the lantern from Sint. An excellent display of skill across both sides, but in the end, WashedRatones walk away with the first kill there. Thanks to Gator Gold's ult on the Nautilus. And now it seems like Dragon will be the choice to pick up. Locke is around, trying to find some pressure. The Dragon is falling very low, it's at 1.5k health. Surely WashedRatones will pick this up. Oh, Sinister goes in here, but he gets instantly CC'd. He does manage to clip Starforger. Is it enough though? Oh no, Locke deals a lot of damage, but it's not enough. And he's caught in the middle of the Dragon Pit, forced to flash over the wall, as the lantern from Sint was not available. It's starting to go a bit downhill for Berserk, despite their earlier starts here. And we see Don Ricardo actually flashing onto Danico. Does he have the damage? It doesn't seem like it's the case, but Daniko should pay attention here as walking a bit too far forward might be the end of him. We see that Sinister did have the teleport and he does use it to get back into the lane. Back to farming. Similar trade here. We saw the grubs taken by Berserk in exchange for WashedRatones Dragon. Now Locke is very strong, but let's see what he does with it. We do see him coming into the bot lane here. This could be some trouble for the WashedRatones. Locke manages to sneak in here. Lil Maserati is here for a gank though. Onto Azakana. So we might get an exchange of plays. Azakana gets pressured. He goes down. Meanwhile in the bot lane, we see Ventus flash managing to sidestep the Evelyn charm. As there's the brand out coming out. A lot of damage in the bot side. But now we see Starforger coming in as well. Little Maserati is on the flank and he does not have the Amumu ult. But we do have the Kennen ult available. Locke gets targeted first. And he will be going down. Maserati gets a lot of damage but he stuns Sinister. Here comes Starforger with the ult. Sinister drops. And Synth is next to follow. An exchange that takes place here, 3 kills to 1 in favor of WashedRatones. It's looking a bit rough now if you're a Berserk supporter. WashedRatones giving a lot of hard times here. Look at Daniko, gets the exchange onto Don Ricardo. Can he return the play? Azakana tries to find the play here. Gateago lands the hook. There's the Asua ult. He's stacking the lethal tempo. And Azakana could be looking at a double kill here. There's the first one on Gateago. Ventus spell shields the E and flashes away for the kill. Azakana pushing his lead a bit too much. He does drop for the 1-for-1 exchange. But Ventus getting the kill, that's a bit more dangerous than you'd like it. Meanwhile, Daniko has a pet. He has a pet crocodile. And the moment he got out of hand, Daniko just throws the boomerang to discipline. Don Ricardo gets the kill in the 1-on-1 exchange. Alright, looks like WashedRatones' game to lose. It looked like a really good start for Berserk, but it's starting to come back now, especially with the Liandry's for the Amumu. The dragon is falling very low, guys. 2k health already. 1.5k, and this looks like a done deal. Lil Maserati smites the second dragon away. A bit more alive Berserk this time round though, despite losing in the last few exchanges. They still have what it takes to turn this game around. Azakana gets a lot of damage dropped onto him. Locke does not wait for the charm. And here comes Starforger, gets the stun off. Azakana drops. And Locke forced to ult defensively. 2 flashes from the WashedRatones. And we see Sinister teleporting in, gets a quick kill onto the Starforger, dropping all his cooldowns. We see Locke here trying to find the play. Lil Maserati is the target of choice, but Gator Gold spots Locke and forces Locke to back off. An exchange of supports here as both supports sidestep each other's abilities there. Oh, Ventus ults away right away, knowing that Azakana's coming on the TP. We see Starforger TPing into the bot side here, but I'm not too sure if it's the right play to do. We might find a play here in the top side. Lil Maserati lands the first Q. There's the flash from Don Ricardo. A lot of damage onto Danico. He falls very low. Is it enough though? And there it is. The last tick of damage thanks to the smite takes down Danico. And Lil Maserati gets Don Ricardo just that little bit more ahead. Oh, we have an exchange here in the bot side. Azakana taking a lot of damage from Starforger. A great Keyblade there by Azakana. There's the shield. But oh no, the last sliver of health from Starforger is enough to take down Azakana. That was almost one of the highlight plays to be seen in the entire event. And now Ventus gets caught out by one of Synth's legendary hooks, instantly taking out Ventus and the WashedRatones ADC here. Berserk are still in it, guys. Don't give up yet. They've got a lot to offer, a lot to show, and this game proves it. Oh, look at Danico here dealing the damage onto Don Ricardo, getting him below the half health threshold. Here comes Synth. And here comes Locke as well. It's a quick play here and Locke picks up the kill. Oh, Gator fails the Q, but he flashes forward and ignites. A very aggressive play by the support player, who will probably be giving up a kill to the carries here, as Danico, Locke and Sinister are happy to take a piece of him. We don't have flash, we don't have ignite on our support. I think that was a lot to ask for from Gator Gold here. Alright, Berserk with the correct plays and also taking the top lane turret. They're still in this game. They need to find a massive combo between the ults of Brand and the Gnar. Not really much setup left there. If Gnar gets a good ult, Yasuo can ult and Evelyn can ult. This next dragon should be a big fight. It's the Cloud Soul for the WashedRatones, and I'm pretty sure that Berserk don't want to give it up. Now we don't have the cannon out here. There's no real objectives yet. That's gonna be a big deterrent and a big go button for Berserk to try and find a fight. This could be a very big fight, guys. Both sides kind of want to play for it. We might be getting into one here. Locke finds a lot of damage onto Star Forger, which is what we want Evelyn to do. Don Ricardo's on the flank, he goes in. Here comes a lot of damage. Danikok gets the ult. Sint goes in, but he's the first to drop. Berserk dropping a lot of damage from the Brent. Lil Maserati's taken out as well. That's 2 for nothing here, currently favoring Berserk. WashedRatones are forced to back off here as Locke gets a lot of health. He drops Star Forger with the flash, and there goes the dragon as well. Berserk still having the heart to play out these fights. It's a 1 for 4 play. Sorry, 1 for 3 play with dragon on top. And now they continue the play. They drop the Herald in the mid lane and they go quickly on onto the Atakan. Berserk, Berserk, Berserk. Don't count them out yet. Doing really good for themselves. I think WashedRatones have really reconsidered the last fight here. They did not expect to lose it that hard. So now they're just trying to find the plays they need. Danikok with another excellent jump. But he does flash away and that does secure him. Seems like WashedRatones probably will be pushing into this top lane turret. But no, they back off. And now Don Ricardo's in a bit of trouble. It looks like he might get dove soon. Oh, Lil Maserati gets taken out. And that's the strength of Evelyn. You really need to watch out, especially when you have these ultimate heavy champions like Amumu, like the Kennen. Getting wiped out before the fight is the worst thing that can happen. And look at Ventus, completely clueless as to what might happen soon. I'm really not sure as to why they're playing like this. Have WashedRatones never played against Evelyn, I wonder? And Ventus drops right away. Now Starforger finds a lot of damage, but it's not enough. And he goes down as well. Meanwhile, Azakana on the 1v2 here on the top side. He's dashing, he's bobbing, he's weaving. Don Ricardo flashes. Azakana flashes himself. Very back and forth game, very different from the last game we saw. WashedRatones were basically finishing the game at that point. Gator Gold finds the play. Azakana gets engaged on. Starforger goes in. But in the meanwhile, Locke found Ventus, and Ventus is very low. Locke managing to take down Ventus, not even using the Evelyn ult. And it seems like Gator goes very low. The flash comes out from Synth. Don Ricardo gets taken out very low. Danica on the back line. That's the second kill for Berserk. It does not seem like WashedRatones are finding good plays here. Gator gets the stun off. But Danico lands up a massive ult as Locke finishes off Starforger. Lil Maserati is the next target and he gets charmed and taken out for the ace. That's a 2-for-5 play with a mid lane turret in favor of Berserk. And this is looking like a win, guys. Berserk seems to be on it. The Baron is an availability, but do Berserk go for the end, I wonder? It will be Ventus against Danico, Synth and Sinister. We see Azakana getting the teleport in. Ventus falling low. The remainder of WashedRatones are about to spawn. Don Ricardo is coming in. Here's Gator Gold. Ventus trying to peel off the damage here. Azakana falling low. There's the hook from Gator Gold. Oh, Ventus gets hooked in. But Azakana drops and Ventus is still alive. Sinister drops the ult. Starforger finds the flank with the teleport. The ult comes through. A lot of stuns coming out. That's a complete wipe from the WashedRatones. This could be Baron on top. Very back and forth game so far. Wow, man, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Berserk took them a long while, but from start to finish here, they had a bit of a rough mid game. But they've completely cleaned it up at the moment. I'm not too sure if WashedRatones have what it takes to win this game. It's only 1.4k that separates them. But Berserk are playing completely different this time around. What can I say, guys? 3 Infernal Drakes. It's a really long match to watch, honestly, but the back and forth nature of it, you'd come to expect it. 3 Infernal Drakes, just what Evelyn wants. 23 stacks here on lock. Rabadons as well. Very, very strong for lock. WashedRatones still want to win this, they're not blatantly giving up. We have a lot of kills on this cannon, and if we can get Sivir into an adaptable position, she can deal a lot of damage. The problem is her counterpart here, Sinister, having already 4 items. It's gonna be a bit tough to contest. I would assume here that WashedRatones kind of want to delay this game until they can get their 4th item on the Sivir, until they can have a really nice fight. And from what I'm seeing, they're doing a good job at it. But usually though people get impatient, they try to find the engage. That could have been it. But patience is the name of the game at the moment. The longer WashedRatones can go by stalling this game, the much better the odds of them winning. As the current leads that Berserk have will get neutralized as the game goes on longer. This next Baron will probably dictate the pace of this match and how it goes. If Berserk can get it, it's gonna prove a big aid into finishing off this game. And they take it quite quickly, in fact. No real contest from the WashedRatones. "35-minute game. This is turning out to be one of the longest games we've ever had. Red Roll Rebel thinks that Ventus will get a quadra kill soon. Let's see, let's see. This might be the fight, guys. This might be the fight. WashedRatones need to find a pick onto Locke if possible. But Locke is on the side. Starforger goes in. Azakana gets popped. Sinister is up next. Lil Maserati gets a lot of damage. The stun goes out. Gator Gold here in the thick of it. Locke gets taken out of the fight, and there it is. Ventus and Starforger against Danico. This is the fight that WashedRatones were waiting for, and it does exchange everything. Turning things around. We see that ult from Starforger coming out, but Danikov finishing him off. And there's the dragon secured by Ventus. Both teams sitting on soul point. And most importantly, this delays the Elder Dragon by yet again. So far, really back and forth game, nail biting. As Berserk are ahead, but now they're gonna be missing a lot of stacks on from Locke. Gonna be hard to close out the game at the moment. This could be our last fight, guys. Stay tuned. Let's see. Sinister gets targeted. There comes the ult from Starforger. A lot of damage from the cannon. A lot of damage back and forth as both sides kind of press R and things happen. Don Ricardo a bit late on the engage here, but he finds Locke. It's Danikon Sint against Ventus and Don Ricardo. My money's on WashedRatones at the moment. And if Berserk keep losing these fights like this, it's not looking great. As WashedRatones are just not bending over and not giving up. Ooh, both supports kind of teasing each other with the hooks. Sint almost landing the second one there as well. Let's see, let's see. Locke needs to find a pick maybe on Starforger here, and it does look like it might be the case. Don Ricardo gets hooked. This could be the start of a big fight here. The Nautilus ult drops, but both sides want to disengage. Oh, Locke finds Starforger. He instantly picks him off. No cannon in this fight is a big deal actually. Especially before this Baron. And Berserk are gonna walk away with it. Berserk are gonna go in 4v5 here. Don Ricardo gets pressured, he gets dropped. A lot of damage from Sinister. Lil Maserati takes a lot of it too. Locke falls. Maserati falls. Gator Gold falls. This could be the game, guys. Berserk look to finish. Amazingly played here by Berserk. A great victory is so yeah, this is it guys, last game. Our first third game fearless draft match, which is really cool. We're gonna have, what's that, like 30 champions you cannot play, okay? The first 10, the second 10, and these 10 bans. Gonna be getting a lot trickier for some people who don't really master all that many characters. So this is the match to watch. Once again, Berserk blue side, WashedRatones red side. We have not swapped. The bans seem to be similar again. Hecarim Shen for Berserk. But I imagine Viego Twitch and what was it, Aatrox bans for WashedRatones. Let's see. Instead, they go for the Echo ban. Oh my god, they've read the books. WashedRatones are aware that Locke was in desperate need of a jungler, and they banned the last two he had in his pocket. I wonder what comes out of him at this point. Amumu is also not an option being played in the last match. WashedRatones have really done their homework. And Berserk, we're not sure if they ban Annie or Aurelion Sol. I think it's a done deal that Aurelion Sol needs to be banned. WashedRatones currently also trolling their picks. It has to be the Aatrox ban, right? For Daniko. He's done really well in the past while playing Aatrox. Let's see your first pick of choice from Berserk. Will it be the AD carry? Will it be the jungler? If any are left, I'm really not sure what junglers we can go here. We might get an Ivern, and I'm just throwing this out there, but not too sure what else Locke can play in this position. We see the Twitch coming out though from Sinister, so it's a first pick Twitch. Definitely not something you'll be seeing every day, but I think it's my first time actually seeing Sinister play the Twitch, so I'm really excited and looking forward for it. And let's see here, WashedRatones are thinking about their pick here, and they are thinking about the Corki. Corki deals a lot of damage, so damage is secured. Now WashedRatones need to build around it. A supporting mage and a tanky engaged support, something like the Rel. We've yet to see the Rel come out of Gator Gold. He is a very good Rel, and it's such a strong champion in the right hands. Even Tom Kench used to be Gator Gold's support of choice. I don't know if this role swap is a permanent thing. We see the Wukong getting covered here in the ban, in the pick phase, as Lil Maserati will be taking this Wukong. We've seen him play with it in the past. A strong jungle champion that does similar things to what Jarvan needs to do. I wonder what Berserk go in terms of jungler here. There's a bit of limited options perhaps on what you could pick. Lilia being a good choice, but it's not really played by Locke. Nocturne could be another great choice here. The ultimate really does disrupt a lot of what Engage Comps wants to do. We see the Bard by Sint is locked, buying a bit more time for them to pick a jungler. Nocturne really sings out to me, but I'm not sure what they will be going here. I think Ivern could be a choice. I know he played some Ivern, but this is a really tricky position for Locke to be in. He did so well on the last match. Curious to see what he will go for in this one. Looks like Diana, who did recently get buffed and does do pretty well into the Wukong as well. She can outpace him in the farming game pretty much unharmed, and she can also do some really good invades with the Bard Twitch. So let's see how this works out for them. And looks like a Melio. I'm not too sure about Melio. If it is still Gator Gold playing in the support position, his Melio has a... Last time I saw it, it has some room for improvement, but I might stand corrected. Let's see. They might have swapped again though. They might be sending Don Ricardo bot lane to play the Melio. And potentially something like the Tom Kench for Gator Gold in the top side. Let's see here. Annie is gonna get banned out. And Poppy being the last pick here. Let's see, Berserk. Last ban. What's it gonna be? An Orianna ban. Alright, doubling down on the mid lane picks. I think it's a smart choice. That's definitely going to be a gator with the Ornn there in the top side. So it's definitely Milio for Don Ricardo. Let's see here, next couple of picks from Berserk. They need to pick a top lane into the Ornn. Not too sure where they go. Is this where they pull out the Camille for Danico? We saw it hovered in the first game, and there it is. Camille gets locked in for Danico. And last pick here for the mid lane. It's going to be another blind mid for Azakana, unless this was a Diana mid for him. And they will be picking up a jungler here. I'm not too sure what will be the choice. Let's see. Azakana's mids. What can he play here? Oh my gosh, it's finally time for the Ambessa mid from Azakana. We see it coming out here, boys. There's the Talian response from Starforger, denying a lot of those dashes. So let's see. Alright, there it is, guys. Instead of Talia, we get the Cassiopeia. So that's another strong choice. Alright. Just seeing here if both sides are ready to start the match so we don't take too long. Okay, I will talk about the team fights shortly here, just making sure everyone's ready to go. I don't want to delay this any further than it is. People get tired, they start making dumb decisions. It happens to the best of us. Alright, nice. Alright, still waiting on some small stuff here. Hopefully we don't take all that long. But yeah, Cassiopeia made here into the Ambessa. I think it's a strong call. The melee matchup really favoring Ambessa. Of course, the ultimate can bypass what W wants to do from Cassio, as the grounded ability has enough range on the Ambessa ult. Camille into Ornn, it could be Camille favored if things start to snowball in Danico's favor. And I got confirmation that Don Ricardo is playing the Ornn in this case. So it will be Gator Gold playing Milio. We have a lot of good things going on here. Everyone is on champion they're comfortable with. Perhaps not Locke with the Diana. I'm really hopeful that this can still work out for the Berserk team. They did a really good job in the last match. But now WashedRatones have a pretty sizable team comp. I mean, if you look at it, Cassio, Corki, Wukong alone sound very tough, and then throw in an Ornn who's a front line and giving them more damage, and Emilio just kind of healing everyone in an AoE, removing all the CC possibilities is a very strong combination. Alright, this could be a really exciting one, guys. 20 seconds to go before the game starts. Wish them both luck. Not too sure who wins it, as it's looking fairly even in my eyes. I think Diana does better in, against Wukong. Bart Twitch should have a decent time against Milio Corki. Milio usually takes a bit longer to scale. I think mid lane is the big trouble here. Starforger should be able to get a lot of damage onto Azakana. Let's see how it goes. Let's see here, hopefully it doesn't take us too long to get into the match. And there we are. Oh no, we start the game with a pause. Alright. It's alright. What can you do? Let's take this opportune time to shuffle people around here, get everyone all squared up into the right position. Hopefully they don't keep us up too long. If it goes on for another 30 minutes, we'll be at 11 PM. Alright. A bit anticlimactic, but I guess all good things take time. As we'll need to wait for this pause timer for the action to start. We're 1-1 in the series. The last match dictates the winner and dictates who will be going on into the semi-finals. It's really anyone's game realistically. I mean, Berserk just took a really good game in the last round, despite WashedRatones' best efforts. Alright, and both sides confirming that they are ready. Time for the match to start. And let's give it up, guys. WashedRatones Berserk. Game 3 in a best of 3 series. This is it. Ah, come on. Ah, come on, man. I'm really sad at the moment. I did not wish for this game to continue on very far down into the night. Alright, so let's see. Hopefully soon we can start. Alright, let's go, let's go. 4 seconds to go. And there we go. Back into the game. The action will continue. I promise you, no more pauses, no more pauses. And a good thing about the new client is that I don't have any delays. So, you know, we used to get this bug when pauses happen where it kind of freezes up. But not today. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 3rd time's the charm. Seems like as opposed to the first few times, WashedRatones are giving it a bit more respect this time. Not really looking to find the early aggression, but kind of just hanging back, relaxing, wanting a fair match. Look at Lil Maserati and Starforger. They could find some damage onto Azakana, but no. Azakana backs off with all his discipline. Let's see, I anticipate a lot of trouble for Azakana in the earlier levels. He really needs his first few levels, potentially even level 6 and an item to be able to even consider trading potentially, unless he gets bailed out by his jungler. We already see the first health potion being used by Azakhan at the moment. Meanwhile in the bot lane, Sinister and Sint have usually been taking a hard time in the earlier trades. But Gator Gold not being on an engaged support could be a bit of trouble for WashedRatones, as he usually does a lot better when not playing enchanters. Something worth noting is that Sinister is going for the AP Twitch build. It's not the classic AD carry build, which is a very interesting take on this champion. It can be quite strong and scales really well into the late game. So we'll have to wait and see what Sinister brings to the table. Oh look, finds the first gank onto Starforger. First blood drops as Azakhan and Locke find the kill on Starforger. Not a great start for WashedRatones. The instant teleport there from Starforger catches Azakhan off guard. A 1-for-1 play actually, in the end, as Starforger picks up the next kill. Kind of negates the play that Locke was able to accomplish there. And meanwhile in the bot lane, Sinister falling very low as Ventus takes a very strong trade into the AP Twitch. Finding a bit of rough time. I don't think that Berserk bot lane has ever had a winning time against Ventus and Gator Gold this series. It would be nice to see if Locke can pay them a visit soon. Curious as to how Danico will be able to go against Don Ricardo here with the Camille. It's looking like he's leading in the CS department. He's already a wave ahead. Currently up 7 CS. Azakana's not doing too bad, all things considered. He's playing a rough matchup for him, but the CS is looking pretty good. Meanwhile, Sinister having the biggest difficulties at the moment, currently 10 CS behind, as Ventus is leading in the CS department. This game could be very detrimental to the view of the game. That first blood going on to Berserk. Such a key thing that you want to see when you start off the last game in a series. You want to get the early advantage just so that you can relax a bit. Tensions are high currently between both sides. Both sides showing that they can be the victors in this match. We see a gank here, Sint barely missing out on the stun. There's Locke on the side. Starforger tries to find the play onto Sint, but he gets taken down as Locke and Azakana finish him off. Starforger trying to find the aggressive play onto Sint, but in the end finds his second death, feeding Locke the second kill. Lil Maserati wanted to start dragging in that moment, but he decides not to, backing off as Azakana's pushing in the mid lane. Oh, Sinister just flashes the Wukong out. There's Lil Maserati trying to find the play. The Bard teleport going through. Synth takes a lot of damage, but it's not enough to take him down. As Sinister and Synth able to walk out of that one. WashedRatones are feeling the pressure at the moment. Their plays are not turning out great, but the CS difference in the mid lane and in the bot lane looking a bit rough for Berserk. It's only Danico keeping a straight face with his CS. Look at Sinister here going on to Ventus. Ventus forced to flash out. Gator Go takes a lot of damage. Locke goes in. He gets the ult off, and there's the Feats of Warfare completed. Locke flashes out after securing the kill. That's 3 kills for Locke. And he's doing so well for himself. Locke proving himself to be a really strong jungle opponent at the moment. And Azakana finds the solo play here onto Starforger. Another play by Azakana. This is Berserk. They started off rough in game 1. They started off well in game 2. But they are crushing it in game 3. Absolute stomp. I'm not too sure what's going on with the WashedRatones. They might be feeling a bit down. Perhaps. Not really sure what's going on, but it's troubling to see. They take the Void Grubs. And this time it will be Berserk taking the first dragon. The first time they take the first dragon in the match. Azakana dodges the Cassio ult just perfectly, and here comes the Bard ult. Starforger gets stunned. Gator Gold manages to block the Diana dash. Beautifully done. Disabling the play from Locke that could have been so much more catastrophic for the WashedRatones. Azakana playing with a lot of patience at the moment. He needs to be careful with such a health bar. But Starforger does not have the ult to deny him. Nice little use of the Ornn pillar from Danico there to get the dash off. Looking like a tight game. I already feel WashedRatones playing on the defensive. It already feels like that from my end. We have the Wukong ult, but no plays are happening at all. And now we potentially see the Twitch roaming up to the mid lane, but they opt to go back. If you see the minimap, Sinister was trying to find the play perhaps around mid. And Locke is recalling to buy the Liandry's. Similarly, Azakana finishes his Eclipse. This is a perfect time for Berserk to find the fight. They are ahead in items. Starforger needs to be careful, and he has Lil Maserati here on the flank. Azakana gets caught in a lot of damage, but he will be able to mash his way out of that one. And Neo and top lane Don Ricardo almost finds a solo play onto Danico. A lot of action going on here, but a lot of defenses being used. Berserk won't let in, and WashedRatones don't want to give up the game. They were the preferred favorites by the majority of our pick'ems tonight. Azakana sadly fails the ultimate. A tricky ult to land on best ult. Meanwhile in the bot lane, Sinister gets a lot of damage out onto Ventus. But Gator Gold denies further action using the Milio Q to push Sinister back. In the mid lane here, Azakana finds a trade onto Starforgers. Keep in mind he does not have ult, as both mid laners will be using their abilities to exchange blows. Azakana potentially going in here. And the mid lane play denies all efforts here. Look at Locke here on the back line though. He is coming in for the dive. He goes in, there goes the ult from Locke. He's falling very low, will he be able to flash out? Oh, a great use of the Bard ult to deny the turret. I did not see that happening. And Ventus gets denied another wave. Berserk finding the plays. Locke is the complete GOAT in this game. Look at Azagana though. He's bobbing, he's weaving. Is this another play? No, he decides to respect Starforge and backs off. A very disciplined Berserk. A lot of people from Berserk turn up when it comes to these final game scenarios. We've seen the likes of Azagana, Sinister and Sint, all of them sort of turning up for the last game. Daniko as well, most notably, but Locke is the pick of the litter at the moment, riding this map. Forest to 0 on his Diana. Thank you for the follow, Space Cooler. Oi, oi, oi. Could be anyone's game at this point, but Berserk are definitely in the lead. This next Infernal Dragon is massive, by the way, giving more stats to Locke and to Sinister, who will be using that to their delight. There comes the Bard ult, but nothing much lands from it as Sint throws the ult. But it does give them enough space to secure this dragon. Infernal Dragon completed by Berserk. It seems like Berserk are finding a more aggressive play. This could be a bad position for Berserk to be in. But no, WashedRatones don't capitalize. We see Azakana falling low in the mid lane. Maserati on the side here. Azakana carefully positioned to dodge this gank. An exciting match so far all round. Looking very well in Berserk's favor. Berserk proving they are a formidable foe. Oh, we see Starforger here gets a picture perfect ult under turret. But Azakana is the man here that forces him off. He's down 20 CS in the mid lane, but he's still doing the work into this Cassiopeia. Starforger having a lot of trouble at the moment. No, these trades are becoming more and more in the favor of Starforgers. You saw there he took a big trade and Azakana fell almost instantaneously. Looking like that Cassiopeia might be a problem, especially if we don't build for it. Sint is around town just in case, as this mid lane turret is the objective Berserk wish to focus on. We see Sinister going invisible here, trying to find the flank play. Gator Gold could be found in some trouble, but luckily he's not spotted by the rest of Berserk. I'm surprised at how little damage Don Ricardo is taking, despite the Camille Q2 doing true damage. It's still a surprise to me. Danico's currently up, what's that, 32 CS. He's been up the entire series. He's doing a really good job to try and keep his team afloat. Shout out to Ventus doing the same on his team. Always being ahead in the CS department. We see here Sinister trying to find the play. Lil Maserati is here though, as Sint is forced to flash. Another great portal usage there. Sint gets away from the gank. It's looking almost impossible to gank this Bard at the moment. Not much going on at the moment, guys. As you can see, both sides are kind of keeping their abilities, keeping their distances. There's no objective to fight for currently, but Azakana finds the play onto Starforger, dropping him low. Sint gets the last shot there. And this looks like a play that Berserk can get to take the mid lane turret. Maserati gets stunned. He drops the ult. There comes the ult from Locke, and Azakana secures the second kill. As Maserati falls, that's potentially the mid lane turret on top. Dragon is also up, and this could be Berserk's sole point. This game is looking equally as strong for Berserk as WashedRatones looked in the game in the first match, sorry. Berserk are on fire at the moment. They really found their rhythm. They kept it up from the last match. This dragon is falling, 4k health. This could be the sole point here. Berserk are really leading the current moment. It's very hard for WashedRatones to do anything. I wonder what the vibe is like in those comps. They need to take it easy, take it back, kind of find their footing again. Oh, there it is. Don Ricardo drops the ult. Storm of the Forged God. But Danico just uses his hook line and just gets on out of there. The Attack on Titan champion. Let's see, guys. Yatakan up next. This should be the next play of choice. Locke doing pretty well for himself. He's very strong on this Diana. It's funny that we've yet to see the top laners even interact with any other team, be it WashedRatones or Berserk. Oh, Ventus gets caught out by 2 ults from Berserk. Ventus flashes out. Gator Gold is popped. And Ventus gets taken down low, but Sint is going to be tanking that turret perhaps a bit too long. Or perhaps not. And now Sinister is in trouble. He flashes away, seeing Lil Maserati flash himself. He could have gotten combo there, and Berserk ought to take a reset here before starting this attack on. We see Daniko getting the proxy farm there, and he's going to play for the enemy red buff in his free time. He's taking a bit more than what he is allowed to take. Don Ricardo, in the meanwhile, is recalling here. And all members of WashedRatones are coming to the bot side. Ventus needs to be careful. He's not too healthy. Even his mana is very low for a Corki. Can't really cast any abilities. In fact, Don Ricardo goes back to the top side. And in this advantage, Daniko takes the entire turret. A bit of a miscommunication here in the macro of WashedRatones cost them a turret and potentially here the Atakan. It's already falling to 5k health. 2k health, blink and you miss it. And there it is. Locke takes the Atakan. This is completely looking like Berserk's game. I'd be surprised if they lose this one. Berserk seem in their element. Look at Daniko just completely shredding Don Ricardo. Oh, look at this. We see WashedRatones kind of making a death bush here just before the dragon. But they give up their position ultimately. A great stun by Synth finds both Lil Maserati and Star Forger. This could be a troubling affair here. The Baron soon about to spawn, and there is the Dragon's Soul. Daniko is happily pushing in the top side. I imagine Berserk want to delay this as much as possible to give Daniko space, but not if WashedRatones have anything to say about it. The Dragon's falling low. Will Berserk get baited into this one? A great barrel dart. There's the portal. And the objective is secured by Lil Maserati, but on the flank here is Sinister. Locke goes down. Azakana's in the middle of the fight. He goes down too. That's 2 kills for WashedRatones and Dragon. 2 shutdowns going in the hands of Ventus and Lil Maserati. This fight could have been played a lot more better. I think Berserk also had space to potentially go for Baron over the Dragon. But they played it a bit too disgruntled. And in the end, they were not able to take the win. Let's see how they recover. We see WashedRatones making a play towards the Baron buff already. Lil Maserati actually starting it. I'm pretty sure Berserk have no clue about this one. The Baron's at 13k health. The question is, do WashedRatones have the damage for it? Here comes Star Forger. This could be potentially the dragon that WashedRatones take. It's at 4k health, guys. There it is. It's taken by WashedRatones. Berserk are completely questioning the play. They had no idea this was going on. And this does swing things a bit more as WashedRatones can delay the game further. But Berserk still have a lot of things going for them that could help them out in this match. Sorry guys, I felt a bit quiet there. I'm not too sure what to say. We're just gonna be farming along until we get the next objective here. Not much to be found here as both sides are kind of playing it passively here. We see a potential engage by Don Ricardo, stopped by the Bard ult from Synth. Could this be a re-engage here? Synth throws the poison. Don Ricardo is slowed. Locke could find the engage. Lil Maserati goes in with a massive Wukong ult. Locke flashes out. A lot of flashes traded there. But do we get a re-engage? We could get a Diana engage here. Oh, a great ult by Starforger. Denies Locke. Locke falls down. Azakana gets taken down low as well. That's a double kill for Ventus. A bit of a tricky position here. Berserk are missing the cues on jumping the gun. They're not respecting their opponents and their abilities. WashedRatones slowly and steadily bringing the game back, now within a 1.5k gold deficit. Danico teleports in, gets chunked to half health. Now we do have the Twitch, and Twitch does scale really well into the later parts of the game. So that is a benefit at least to Berserk. This could potentially be a big fight here. We see both sides spotting each other. Starforger is in a bit of a tricky position there. He does flash but gets a good ult off. There comes the Orin ult. Locke goes in with the Zonyas. A Bard ult to trap Gator Gold. Lil Maserati is on the flank. Danico first to fall. Starforger still alive. Gator Gold falls. And now we have Azakana in the middle of Ventus and Lil Maserati. He goes down. Double kill for Ventus. Sinister throws the canister. This fight's not over yet. Locke is still alive. Sinister is still alive. Let's see. Locke might flip for the dragon. It's a bit risky, of course. And he does get the steal. That's the Ocean Soul as Locke picks it up. He tries to find some damage onto Ventus, but Berserk are better off taking their win and walking on out of there. Ocean Soul is secured, but in exchange for 3 kills on the side of WashedRatones and 1 kill for Berserk. WashedRatones are having a hard time holding on to the game, but they've really brought it back. If you look at the gold lead, they're currently leading by 100 gold. Alright, this next Baron's a big deal, guys. Both sides will want it. Let's see who can get it. Ventus looking menacing with his 4 items. Sinister seems so far behind. 2 items on a component. That's the massive difference that's holding this game back at the moment. The Baron is falling low. 5k health already. We see Danico on the flank. Sinister falling low. A great bile dart. Gator Gold falls. Azakana's on the side. Sinister did fall. Starforger falls. There's Ventus dealing a lot of damage, but down he goes. Danico gets the final kill. And there it is. Don Ricardo's falling low as well. Lil Maserati's forced off the fight. Locke gets the last tick. And a quadra kill was picked up in that exchange from Azakana. Oh, and it seems like Berserk are pinging to end the game. Is this their match? The WashedRatones actually lose and don't go to the semi-finals. That's how it's looking like, guys. Maserati is the last one standing at the moment. That first turret is gonna melt. Maserati is falling. And down goes Maserati. This is Berserk's game, guys. Pentakill secured on top for Azakana with his mid lane Ambessa. What did we just witness? I can't believe my eyes. Berserk